Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently getting pretty low on our aggressive expansion, actually. I would like to push through some additional aggressive expansion here pretty soon. What do we have going on for our city buildings? Okay, we've got 3. Let's get that done, and then we can work on some expansion here. So, Treleus, there we go. That is out over here. Where are you? Here. Beautiful. Okay, so this is definitely a research location. We'll put in a court of law and an academy there. Looks fine. Next up would be Senar. So that is out over this direction. Sure. A pair of tax offices look okay. And then we've got Jurash. Cool. So that is out over this way, a pair of Freeman districts. And that's all we need to do there for now. Now, I'd like to focus in on this area a little bit. So let's get these guys moving on northward. We'll have them be up over here-ish. And then these, they're going to move out over, like, this way. That'll be fine for now. And we need to start looking through to see, I know we fabricated claims on some of these areas, but which ones? So we have a CB here. That looks fine. Okay, there's also a defensive league with a bunch of these. That's actually really convenient for us. I like it. Okay, looks like we'll be fine here. So we've got a defensive league and some alliances up over this direction. So if we were to attack this guy, he is in this defensive league. It's a bit of a separate defensive league, though. Noted. So let's declare, I think, one war at a time here, just because of the defensive leagues, and we'll just go after them that way. It should be pretty easy. We'll separate piece each one of them and just full annex them. I don't see any major problem here. We got a bountiful harvest, and the people should rejoice. Indeed. Although I'm kind of interested in doing this, specifically to see if that would take us up above 100,000. I don't know that it would, but the stability is so much more valuable for us, so we'll take that regardless. Okay, so the Circene Revolt is requesting military access. We're going to decline that. And we're just waiting on our troops to get into position here at this point. So while we're waiting for that, we can check in here. No additional. Okay, we just inherited a war. Where is this? Oh, okay. Down over here. This doesn't look very complicated. I'm going to hire these mercs here. This is not going to delay any of our plans. We're going to put this guy onto unit reorg, and that war's won. We don't need to do anything else there in theory. So that looks fine. No problem there. At this point, this colonizable territory, there's nothing to be colonized. We're mostly waiting on, like, Dur here. That's what's going to take a little bit of time. We'd love to see more integration happening here. But, I mean, the main issue here is that we don't have the dominant religion and culture, right? This will speed up significantly, but not yet. Let's actually come fight these guys. They're right here, and I'd like to just eliminate them. Okay. Let's just hold here until the month tick. There we go. Now we're going to come off of unit reorg, and we're going to catch them down here. Yeah, that's what I thought, buddy. Oh, wow, these guys stopped moving. Very rude. Well, they're locked in here now, so we're going to go in. Okay. Easy fight here. No problem whatsoever. We outnumber them like 10 to 1. So that's a stack wipe, and we're going to go siege that. Now, we're basically in position up here. So I want to attack these guys first. And all of these would join in. That's understood. We're going to go ahead and declare that. So that's going to be a pretty large war. There's going to be a lot of them there. We're going to immediately walk in here, and we're just going to start picking off these nations, one little nation at a time. Excellent. So in we go, and these sieges will go quickly. We'll separate piece each of these as we get them occupied. So they're going to occupy some territory out over here. This doesn't matter. That's completely fine if they want to do that. So we're at 14% here. These guys are occupying Dur. That's really rude, actually. I'm going to hire these guys, and we're going to ticket 1 day here so that we can actually order them. And I'm going to have them make their way up to Dur. So I want to get that back under our control ASAP. So we're going to walk up there, and hopefully... Okay, they have decided to stop. I'm now going to put this on unit reorg. Month tick goes by. I'm going to take it off of unit reorg, and we're going to come in here. They're locked into this. So we have a new invention, and that, of course, means that we can grab formulaic worship. That is going to give us a significant conversion boost across our entire empire. So that is absolutely wonderful. Now that we have that, at this point, we are more interested in going into open negotiations, Polybia Square, these sorts of things over here, where we can get that diplomatic reputation. So that's the goal now. And let's check in up over here. These sieges are proceeding. Okay. And we won this battle. No shockers there. I'm actually just going to disband these mercs. We don't need them anymore. And we'll get this siege finished. These wars will be done fairly quickly. This one will take a little bit because we have a bunch of little nations to go through, but that's fine. The coming of the city of Zud. Okay, we've got Zud down here. Cool. So that is, of course, something that we could turn into a research city, which I'm going to do. So we're going to do something like that. Okay, there we go. So that looks phenomenal. Checking in on these siege progresses, 57 and 28. Noted. And -7. Okay. So this siege is won already. That's excellent. We're going to walk in and start sieging here. So that means that we should be able to peace out Sisicon Inferior. So let's go into here, and where are they in this? That's these guys. They're fully occupied, and this is going to be 1 aggressive expansion. Yeah, we will take that. There we go. And we'll lose half of that aggressive expansion. So that's wonderful. They just lost an ally. And we're going to continue doing that. We're just going to siege a location, and I'm not sure who all we're at war with here. Can we look in the diplomacy map mode? That might make things a little easier to see. Yeah. More followers of the Risen Lord. I mean, we have formulaic worship at this point, so it's probably not that big of a deal. And yeah, we can definitely see much better here the situation. Why are these guys hashed? I don't know. That's kind of weird. Okay, so we just won the siege out over this way. I want to come in and take this. This is controlled by Vani over here. Actually, we should go siege that first. There we go. And we can peace out. This is going to be one of these. These guys. Okay, so we're going to take their territory. Ah, it's not adjacent to our territory? What? It is adjacent to our territory. It is quite literally adjacent to our territory. But it's in the zone of control of a fortress here. Let's tick this. Is it maybe this fort? It might be this fort that's preventing that. Okay, let's check in and see if it just needed a tick. Yeah, this treaty is not possible. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll continue to occupy for now. This is fine. So we need a new Rob Arakut, and that would be this guy. Looks good. How are things looking down here? We're at 7%. Okay. Looks excellent. And we can see that Gera has forces up over here, so they'll take care of some of that for us. I like it. So this is a different nation here. That looks fine. Gera could come eliminate this stack of units, but instead they've decided to siege here, which I guess is okay. Now, keep in mind, these guys are the primary war goal here. This is the province of Suaneti, so that's this province up here. That's the war goal. Noted. Seems fine. We're going to have this taken over shortly, and this should be absolutely fine for us to occupy. We're all the way at 42% on that, so that's going very well. 21% down over here. Our mercs are going to be slower. They don't have siege engineers. That's fine. 64. Oof. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. I'd hoped that we'd succeed that tick, but you will eventually. Actually, let's gain some zeal there. That looks good. So this is going to be a fair amount of aggressive expansion in the end, but it's going to be spread over quite a lot of territory, right? So these guys here, needs to be a coastal territory adjacent to your land or adjacent to something already in the treaty. It is adjacent to our land. We have three provinces. We have 3 provinces right next to it. Okay. I have no idea why it's not letting us take this, but it's fine. It's not the end of the world. So I'm going to walk up here and relieve this siege while we finish up capping over here. We also just finished capping here. Beautiful. We'll let this auto cap, and this is currently occupied by us. I think we're going to take this. We're not going to give this back to Gera because we don't want Gera to have it. We're trying to annex Gera, and keeping it for ourselves is honestly the way to go. So that'll be 2 aggressive expansion for us, but we lose an additional half point there. Not bad. Let's disband this unit. Perfect. So that territory is now ours. Now, I want to come out over this direction. This is not occupied because it's in the zone of control of this fort. Okay, so fort zone of controls are awkward. I'm wondering if we can catch these guys if we come in here, stop moving, and force march to here. I'd love to catch this. I also want to... Are we at war with these guys? Oh, this is occupied by us. Right, that's the one that we can't actually take. Maybe we can now. Yeah, now we can take this. Okay. I don't know what it was. It was probably something to do with the provincial capital not being controlled, even though it's in a different faction, but it was allied. It's probably weirdness with regard to that. So we're going to take this. There we go. Excellent. And we just lost a siege here. That's actually remarkable that they finished that siege that quickly. But okay. We catch a 4,000 stack here. That's fine. So now what I want to do is I want to come in here and relieve this siege. I want to get this one over with. There's a lot of forts around here, actually, and we're probably just going to move on to Moki now that I think about it. Yeah, seems okay. We're going to let these guys finish their siege here. I would love to get this fort taken over. We're going to need to take this fort. We're going to need to take a lot of forts up over here. Sure, we can buy this. This is fine. Okay, so now I want to check in here. Yes, we're at war with everybody up over here. Oh. I didn't realize that these guys had more territory over here. I probably should have checked that. But we have a truce with them currently. So this territory is not going to be ours. It only showed up one thing in the peace deal, but I guess that's what's going on over here. That's fine. We can always get that in another war later. It's probably for the best, to be honest. Because this is buried in a bunch of other locations. And we need to piece this out last. So that's... We probably could have gotten this if we had waited. We would have needed to annex this first, for sure. But we probably could have done it. Regardless, it's not that big of a deal. So this siege is finished here, and Gera is pushing their way up. This is occupied by... Okay, they flipped it to us. Looks good. Gera should have no interest in this up here, so that should not be a problem. Okay, so they're going to siege here. That looks good. A Christian church? I don't know about that. Yeah, we're going to execute them all. Perfect. Of course, we're at max political influence now, so there is that. We probably want to make sure that we have a claim over here. I think we do. We're at war with everybody up here, we know. What about Dacia over here? We don't have a claim here. So we could do a claim fabrication over this way. I'd like to do it on Caucasian Albania. So that would be like down over here. That has 1 pop. Okay. And then there's also Parthia out over here. Do we have a CB there? We do. What about Bird over here? Or a war with them. Okay, cool. So that seems fine. We could also start fabricating other claims elsewhere, but for the moment, I think this will be okay. So let's get these sieges finished. We're at 64% up over here. That'll finish eventually. 35 here. We know we're going to need to siege here as well. Bird has additional territory up here. This is all Bird. So that is noted for our future peace deal. Actually, I'm going to have these guys stop here. I'm going to have them force march up to here because I want to come halt that siege. So let's get this birdish territory under control. That'll be fine. And Moki only has the 1 bit of territory, correct? I believe that's true. We just got a martial advance, so that means we can take Polybius Square to boost our diplomatic reputation up by 3, which is pretty significant. And then, of course, we're going to want to... Yeah, it's proportional agreements was the next one that we want to go after. So we could do either of these. Probably aggressive expansion impact would be the better way to go. Okay. So it looks like they're running away from this. Excellent. We're going to catch them there. And then we'll just cap this back real quick. Stack wipe? Sadly, no. Oh, well. That's fine. Gera lost this battle. Okay. I don't know how they managed that one, but sure. We'll take these guys off of Force March, and they're going to head up over this way for now. We'll be done with this bird siege fairly soon, but I'm fairly certain that at this point we can piece out Mocha, or rather Moki. Yes, this is their only territory. Okay, so we're going to piece them out. There we go. That's another half point of aggressive expansion loss. I like it. And that seems fine for the moment. So we're going to continue to get some fort sieges done over here. We really need to get this one done. We can, at this point, I think, piece out southwest Iran. Yes. I don't see additional territory that they hold. So let's go to southwest Iran, and we want to take all their stuff. They would give it to us, and that'll be 5 points of AE. That seems fine. We'll piece that. Looks good. Okay, and we just won this siege as well. So now let's head up and get Bird eliminated. We're going to need to attack Gumbadi and Shilda. Well, we're at least going to need to attack Gumbadi and come in up over here to take out Bird. So we've got a little ways to go over here in this war, for sure. We just finished this up. We should be sieging right here. So that is exactly what we're going to do. I'm sad that these guys got separate peace accidentally. I didn't realize they held these 2 provinces. If I did, I would have done this in a different order. But alas, here we are. So at this point, no colonizable provinces, and yep, strike the earth, that's fine. Our political influence is still going up really, really fast. We need to spend it. And the question is on what? I mean, we could fabricate more claims. We could try to make metropolises, but there's only so many places we can do that. We should actually make this be the capital of this province, although we need to be at peace to change the capital, so no point in working on that right now. We'll need to be at peace for that. Okay, so these sieges are proceeding nicely. We do definitely have a lot of sieges to go. So we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beyond the 2 sieges that we're doing right now at the bare minimum in order to get this done. So that's going to be pretty significant. It'll take some time with just these 2 armies. We could raise more armies, but why? Though, I don't really want to. We're going to walk up over this direction and see if we can catch these guys. That would be great. We can catch at least some of them. Perfect. So that looks excellent. Now these guys can hopefully come in here and take this back. Yeah, that's what they're looking to do. They've got the numbers to do that. Okay, so we won this battle, but we did not stack wipe them. That's understood. I'm going to walk directly up here and start a siege. We're going to let Gera kind of run around out over here. They're really needing morale recovery. I'm not sure why they're not on unit reorg, but okay. Maybe they don't have the money. So at this point, we're going to walk over this direction and continue to siege. This is all looking very good for right now. Definitely not seeing any major issues here. But we do need to get Bird under our control as the next big move. So that is understood. These guys are moving up this way. I'm hoping that they're looking to fight here, but we'll see what they're trying to do. Yeah, this looks okay. They're going to have some morale issues, of course. Oh, they did not time that well. Okay, I assumed they were using their 2K stack to hold the... Wow, 30 days for that. I was assuming they were using their 2K stack to hold these guys in place for the 18K stack to get there. 2K stack did not hold them in place long enough. They ended up losing the 2K stack and missing the larger stack. Ridiculous. They should have force marched these guys, or had them on unit reorg and had enough morale to move all of the units together. Very strange. We're capped on political influence again, and I mean, what do we want to do about that, right? I feel like there's not that much that we can do. Like, most of these places are not currently ready to become metropolises. They will eventually become metropolises. Down here, they are metropolises. This needs more pops. We could move the pops in. That's a theoretical option. We could move 4 pops in here. Like that. Now we can put in a metropolis. Okay, that seems reasonably fine. So that spent a good chunk of our political influence. That's good. And we're working our way through these forts very quickly. Wow, 30 days again up here. These guys are on a roll. Let's get this one. Hopefully this fort falls soon. We're not quite ready to peace out Bird, but we're getting very, very close. I'm watching these guys over here and wondering what exactly we want to do about them. They're going to have to siege this fort, right? Yeah, they have no way through over here without sieging one of these forts. So this shouldn't be a significant issue. Okay. Well, let's finish up these current sieges. I was hoping that that one would finish there, and then we could come in here and take these guys. Sadly, that did not happen. These are taking so long to regen their morale. And Gera has really low morale, too. So we shouldn't really rely on their troops to do anything. Not that we do. They're just kind of convenient to have around sometimes. Okay, so we finished up this siege. I want to walk down here and eliminate this force. And that's all looking good. We're going to need to head, like, over here, though. Okay, that's really awkward. I'm going to tell these guys to stop and force march over. Okay, so this siege is now done. We can now grab this, and that'll give us full occupation over Vani, which looks good. Now, we still have more forts to grab, and we're going to come in and fight these guys over here. Okay, so we're going to catch at least some of those forces. Let's see how many. All of them. Beautiful. I don't think they're going to stack wipe, but yeah, that looks good. So this is occupied by us at this point, so let's head... Actually, let's head here, and let's get that siege going. Beautiful. So we win that battle, and they are scattered to the wind. Excellent. I'd like it if Gera would come take this. That would be ideal. And we're capping this back right now. As soon as we're done with that, I plan to go attack this Bird territory. Let's turn off our force march. I don't think that's necessary anymore. Really, Gera? Sieging there? Just take this capital. It's right there for you. I don't know why they're not. Very strange. Okay, so at this point, we should be able to peace out Naudi, which we are definitely interested in doing. We can't force him to abandon anyone in a war until 36 months have passed, huh? Okay, is this Nayudi up here? No, that's Shilda. Interesting. This is giving us the same sort of messaging that we had with these guys, so I'm wondering if we missed something. Maybe. Let's try again and see what we've got here. Okay. So, I mean, that would be in November of this year. But in theory, this is their only territory, right? So the Siege of Kurus is now won, and I want to head up over here and start up this final siege. That's the last location that we should have to actually siege. Also, they're at half morale. We may well stack wipe that, which would be great. We would be delighted to stack wipe it. We did not. Okay, so they're probably going to retreat here, right? But Gera's right nearby. Gera might be able to stop them from doing any nonsense there. They're not going to, but they could, theoretically. Yeah, they're definitely not interested in that. You should attack here. You should also have your units on unit reorg and attack after this month tick that's happening right now. Now you should go in. But, okay. They are not interested in that, so I guess this is fine. Let's just finish up this siege here. That is now over, and we're going to come in ourselves and go deal with this. Beautiful. So we still need this one fort, and that's kind of it at this point. Beautiful. Okay, so we stack wiped this, no problem there. And they just hired mercs. Shilda did. Okay, that's these guys up over here. Wild. I guess we could force march them up over here to try to prevent them from doing whatever. Yeah, they're going to try to cap that. I mean, sure. That's not going to go all that well for them, I don't think. They might be able to cap that one location, but at what cost? Yeah, they don't even cap that. We're going to catch them here. And that's the stack wipe. Beautiful. So no problem there. Okay, so in theory, at this point, all we need to do is, well, we can piece out some of these. So, Nayudi, at this point. Do we see any additional territory that Nayudi has? No. I want to take this. They would accept this now. Cool. So we'll take that and lose half a point of 8. Next up, we want to piece out specifically Bird. I want to take all of Bird's territory. That'll be 10 AE. Looks good. And next, we could do Shilda or Gumbadi. It would be Gumbadi that would be next. So Gumbadi, we would piece out, take all of their territory. There we go. We cannot piece out Shilda yet until this siege finishes, which is very, very close to doing, and then we'll have an auto cap. There we go. So the siege is done. And we'll let this finish. Auto cap is happening. Yeah, that's Shilden, huh? Okay. So the auto cap is now done. We're at 100% war score. So we don't even have to separate PCs. I don't think we can probably just take it like this. Yeah, that'll be 21 additional aggressive expansion. So that looks fine. Let's go ahead and do that. That is all of that territory under our control. Fantastic. So that's a significant cleaning up of the borders in this region, but it's not perfect yet. We've got some additional work to do here. Oh, Bird had this territory. Didn't take that. That's on me. That's fine. We'll get it on the next pass. We're at 46 aggressive expansion, so we're going to have to let our aggressive expansion drop. So we'll build some roads. We'll build some city buildings. You know how it is. It is time to put a cut in here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get that started. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hero Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.